everyone! So I am here with the last part in my eye makeup decluttering series. This is round 2. I've already done an initial declutter, so this is my second go around. Today I'm going to be tackling my eyeshadow palettes, and this is a very difficult category for me. I think I let go of quite a few in my initial declutter, especially in the 8 or fewer shadow category, but this time around I don't think I'm going to be able to let go of too many because I've already gone through them and I do really like the palettes I have left, even though a lot of them are untried. But let's see how I do. I'm going to be going through my palettes with 8 or fewer shades. I don't think I'm going to be letting go of many because I do like pretty much all of these. So the first one is this Starlux palette, and I really do like this palette a lot. I actually love these 4 shades. This one here is not very pigmented, so not a huge fan of that one, but the other 4 are really pretty. So I'm going to hang on to this. This is a little Bare Minerals mini, and I got this for free with one of my orders. I don't really reach for this very much. The gray is kind of not that pigmented, as you can see, and then white eyeshadow I don't normally wear. It just looks like that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go. This was a little freebie and I never ever reach for it. This one here is another Starlux palette, and I really like this one, so I'm gonna hang on to this one for now. Hopefully I will reach for it. I have a lot of neutral palettes, which is probably why I neglect this one, but we'll see if I reach for it. If not, it's gonna go in my next declutter. This is a Dior palette that I received when I was doing the Secret Admirer box, and I actually do really like it, so I'm gonna hang on to that. I absolutely love this Bare Minerals set. I find I pull it out a lot towards the autumn and winter because of the color palette. But come to think of it, now that I'm looking at this palette, it does remind me of autumn, but I think it would be okay in the summer as well because it's got some really nice bronzy tones to it. But yeah, I'm gonna hang on to this. Next up, I have this palette from Giorgio Armani. This up top is a bronzer, which I really love and I've used quite often. There is a big dip in it. I don't know if you can tell by the video. And then the eyeshadows, I have gotten quite a bit of wear out of them as well. And I do like this palette. I just need to clean it up a little bit, but I'm gonna hang on to that. I tend to reach for this a lot in the summertime. This is my only Chanel palette and it is quite well loved. I think I'm gonna hang on to this one as well. I like to travel with this one. This Hello Kitty palette is surprisingly versatile and I do really like it. There are 4 shades on top that just look like this. All of my smaller eyeshadow palettes tend to look the same. And then underneath there are these 2 very nice, very wearable neutral colors. One is more of like a lighter peachy tone, and then this one here is a darker peachy tone. So I'm gonna hang on to that, and I love the case. It is so cute. Pebble sent me this Tarte palette in our swap and I really like it. I did get quite a bit of wear out of this shadow in particular. It's my favorite one out of the bunch, and also the highlighter, and I dipped into the bronzer as well. This blush is so pigmented. It looks like I didn't touch it, but I have used it, so I'm gonna hang on to this as well. I have the Naked Basics palette and the packaging looks horrendous. It started to bubble because I think my hands were wet a few times that I was using it. This palette is really well loved. Maria got me this palette and I'm gonna try to get through it in my Finish 5 by fall. Quite a while ago I used some of my Shoppers Drug Mart Optimum points to purchase the Naked 2 Basics palette, so I'm gonna hang on to this. I'm actually really excited to dig into this, but I won't until I'm done the first one. This little palette is from my mother-in-law. It's from the Face Shop and I actually really like it. It's the only palette I have with these types of shades. They're like pink and purple shades, and I've used it several times, and these shades are very shimmery but they look great on my eyes. So I'm really happy with this palette as well. Finally, I have 3 Wet n Wild palettes. The first 2 here were sent to me by Lisa Hatcher and I love them both. This first one here is called Going in the Wild, and then this one here is called Nude Awakening. And finally, this is a staple in my collection. I haven't worn it in a little while now, but I used to wear it all the time and I'm thinking of going back to it. This is, of course, the Comfort Zone palette. So I didn't do very well with this category. Basically, my eyeshadow palettes with 8 or fewer shades, I was only able to get rid of the one, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I wear these and try again next time. Finally, my last category are my larger eyeshadow palettes. These have more than 8 shades, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one is the Lorac Pro palette, and I've been using this on a daily basis. It's in my current makeup basket. I haven't updated my makeup basket in a while because I've been enjoying the products in there and I don't really feel like changing them up just yet, but I will very soon. As you can see, I've hit pan on 3 of the shadows, so I've made great progress on this palette. My Inglot palette is very well loved. This palette I put together quite some time ago in Chicago. I've hit pan on 2 of the shades and all of the other shades have nice dents in them. I have put this aside for the last little while because I've been concentrating on other palettes, but this is a go-to for me and I will always come back to this one, so I'm going to hang on to this one as well. My sisters got me this Too Faced palette. It's the Bonjour Summer palette and it's from the 2014 collection. I love this palette. I have dipped into quite a few of the colors. Not only do I love this palette, I also love the packaging, so I'm definitely hanging on to this one. This is the other Too Faced palette I have. It's the Smoky Eye palette, and this is the older version, I believe, that has like the green and the blue. There was another version that came out after this, and I'm not sure if it had those 2 colors, and it also has the pull-out drawer with the brushes that I've never used. So I do like this palette, but I have so many kind of like smoky palettes that I think I'm gonna let this one go. Here's one of the smoky palettes that I was speaking of. This is the Urban Decay Smoked palette. I love this thing so much. I don't use it that often because I haven't been creating a smoky eye as frequently. Mushroom is very well loved, and so is Rockstar, Barlust, to a certain extent Loaded, and Asphalt. I do enjoy this palette quite a bit, so I'm hanging on to this. This palette here is the NYX Box of Shadows, and this survived my last decluttering. I kept changing my mind on this one, but I think I've finally decided to let it go. It's a really cool palette because it has like so many shadows. I can't even fit them all on the screen at the moment, but there's a set of more colorful shadows at the bottom, and then the neutral shadows are on top. This is quite a lovely palette, but I don't reach for it that often. I do love that there's such a great selection of shades. I find it very overwhelming, so I think I'm going to let this one go. I have all 3 Naked palettes. This is, of course, the first one. I do like this one a lot. I'm going to hang on to that. I've also tried the Naked 3, and I like this one a lot as well, so I'm going to hang on to this. I was going to sell my Naked 2, but after thinking about it for a little while, I've decided to keep it. I like that I have all 3, and I'm not planning to get Naked Smoky, so I think my collection is at a point that I'm happy with it, and I'm not going to add more to it, but I don't want to let this one go. I have 2 Sleek palettes and I haven't used either of them. I'm going to keep one of them, and I've decided to keep the Oh So Special palette. The Storm palette is supposed to be wonderful, but I have other smoky palettes in my collection, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. This is an Estee Lauder palette that I got from Lisa Hatcher. It's got a whole bunch of different products in here, including 9 different eyeshadows, and I really like these shades, especially Provocative Plum, which is a lovely matte shade. I've been sitting on this because I have so many products in my collection, but I want to bust into these products soon, so definitely on my list to try perhaps this summer. This is the Laura Mercier Artist's Palette for Eyes, and I got this a long time ago on a whim, and I still haven't used it. But every time I open this palette to take a look at it, I fall in love with the shades. It is such a beautiful palette, so I'm going to hang on to this and hopefully bust it out maybe in the fall sometime, I'm thinking. Meet Matte is another eyeshadow palette I haven't dipped into, but I love matte shades. This is what it looks like, and I think I would get a lot of use out of this, so I'm going to hang on to this one as well. The Shady Lady palette was given to me by Maria in our swap, and this is such a stunning palette. It's got some beautiful shades, so again, I'm going to hang on to this one. This is another palette I contemplated selling. It's by Tarte, and it was in the 3-in-1 Bow and Go set, I believe. I got this over the holidays. I guess it was a year and a half ago. It is so lovely though, and I watched Emily from Beauty Broadcast do a review on these shadows and they were stunning, so I think I've changed my mind on this one as well, and I'm gonna hang on to it. This is an Urban Decay palette. It's one of the Wizard of Oz palettes. And again, so pretty, and there's an eyeliner in here as well. I haven't dug into this yet, but the shades are right up my alley, so I'm gonna hang on to this one. So I didn't do very well with this category either. I'm only letting go of 3 of my larger palettes, but we'll see how it goes the next time around. Hopefully I'll be able to part with a little bit more each time and gradually dwindle down my collection. So that is it for my decluttering of my eyeshadow palettes. I was only able to let go of 4, so not too many, but it is a little bit of progress at least. So I am keeping a lot, but I'm going to be trying to use them as well, especially with the brand new palettes that I haven't even swatched yet. I'm going to be trying to rotate them into my daily makeup routine so I can get some good use out of them over the next little while. For example, the Tarte palette I've already rotated into my summer beauty basket, and I used it to create this eye look that I'm wearing in this video today. So I do recognize that I still have a ton of makeup in my collection, but I'm slowly trying to dwindle it down. I gave some stuff away when I met my girlfriend yesterday, so yeah, I'm slowly trying to work on this. So thank you guys so much for watching and for your continued support. I will link all of the other parts down below, as well as a link to my Decluttering 101, which has a ton of decluttering videos. I'll be back real soon with another video, and until then, please take care and bye for now.